Do you have your cup of coffee? This is going to be a different introductory video. How would you like to see the product already completed? And here they are. So if you're interested, pull up a chair. I have two. You find the most comfortable one, and then I will continue with this DIY, and you can go on the journey with me. I do have a few hiccups and bumps in the road on the way because this is the very first time I've made something like this using Dollar Tree bowls. Okay, so let's get started on this gorgeous DIY large ornament holiday Paris theme. October 11th, 2020. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2. Please take the opportunity to see part 1. I explained in the part 1 video I am going to make 3 different ornaments, but each ornament is going to take a segment, an entire video session, because it is going to be a long process of putting these things together. I have never done this before, so you're going along with the journey as well, and if I make a mistake, you see it. I painted up these Dollar Tree bowls, and now I just pre-marked the areas where I want to either drill a hole or burn a hole, and I'm going to burn the hole with my wood knife, or you can call it a hot knife or wood burner. I'm using that, and I'm going in and I'm going to make holes on both of these bowls. Okay, eventually this is what it might look like. Maybe you put it together and all these lights will come out, but I will also have these cute little stick-on adhesive gems. I bought these last year, didn't use them, so I will incorporate these adhesive gems on these 2 large ornaments. And since I'm using the plug-in light, at least one of these ornaments will have the light on the outside and have to plug into the wall or an outlet, so I will not be hanging it. The ornaments I made prior to this video, they will be hanging, okay? These ones will not be. So I have this visual in my head, and while everything's going to look like in December, bear with me, but as I go along, I'm bringing you on the journey, and we're learning together. And that's what crafting's all about, and having fun as we go along. Now, I did paint up this sports disc. Please see the first video, and I will be using some of the silver roses, and then I don't know what else. We'll see as I go along. So hit the subscribe button and let's get started on this. Let's start melting some holes into this bowl. Now there's 50 lights on the strand, and I have at least 17 marks on inside each bowl. So what 17 plus 17 is what? 34? Let's start. So I'm going to go with 5 on the bottom. I don't think I really should go with 5 because on the bottom, because I'm thinking on placing this on a table. However, I might change my mind and hang it. So I'm still going to do 5 holes on the bottom. Here I go. This thing is hot and ready to go. And yeah, I'm working from the inside. Going out, going that way, pushing it outward. Alrighty, so I did 5 there. Now I'm going around where I marked. This is kind of a scary project, so I've never done this before. But hey, that's why I start at Dollar Tree first for my craft supplies. If I can find it for $1 and I ruin it, oh well, I just lost only $1. But if it turns out, what a spectacular craft idea when you only invested $1 or so. So I did that row. It's coming along nicely. Now I'm going to the next row. I just eyeballed it and marked where I wanted the holes to be. I didn't pre-measure the spaces or anything. I'm not that, I don't know what you call it, anal retentive to have everything perfect. To me, art is freedom. And to me, it's not perfect lines and perfect holes and all this and that, because then that's machine made, isn't it? Not handmade. Okay, so that one is finished. Let's go to the next one. We'll get 5 on the bottom. And remember, I already have 2 holes prior because that's where I want to hang the ribbon if I do hang this. So there's 1, 2. This is going in smooth. 3, 4, 5. Woohoo! All right. I'm going to move right along here. And yes, this does stink, so please keep yourself in a large room or in a ventilated area. Make sure there isn't any birds or animals in your area when you're crafting and burning plastic. Or children, for that matter. And yes, my grandchildren are not here with me today, so this is why I'm choosing this day to make this craft, because I'm burning a lot of plastic. Alrighty, so here's what it looks like on the outside. Alright, I think I'm going to turn off this smoking knife. Look at that. I'm turning it off before I set off the fire alarm. Luckily I don't have one in the craft room. And what I do is I go take it to the kitchen and place it on my glass cutting board while it cools. Not anything wood. It'll just burn and catch fire. So I place it on my glass cutting board while it's cooling down before I put it away. So here we go. And I'm thinking the holes are big enough for the lights. This is as big as I want them. If I have to push the lights in a little bit, that's okay. Alrighty. Before I start inserting these lights, I better make sure they work. So, let's see. Yes, everyone's lit. Okay. Let's go see if I could start pushing these in the holes I just made. Okay, this ended up being a bomb already. I could not space them out. I didn't make the holes uniformed with the lights. So, I only placed them right here. These holes are opened, and then I have some up here. And now I have to remember to string some ribbon here too. Now, before I get to this section, I have to decide where the plug is going to go out of this ornament. Now, I figured the side will be the best and let it hang. If I do place this on the tabletop, there will be fake snow around it, so it'll be setting down into some snow, so you're not going to see the plugs. If it's hanging, then you'll see this plug dangle. So I have to decide, do I want to put it on the side or do I want to put it underneath? If I was just hanging this, I would put the hole big enough underneath to pull this cord through. I've already decided this is going to be a tabletop ornament. And it looks like a spaceship right now. So, I'm going in and reheating my heat gun and then, or my heat knife, and then I'm going to make a huge hole on the side of this. And then the holes I don't fill in, I guess I'm just going to have to cover it with the gems. That's the only way I can cover up the holes that I made. And then hopefully, if this is on, what's the backs of these? Oh, they're not like see-through. But anyways, enough light will emit and then these will sparkle. So, yeah, I made too many holes. I didn't uniform it correctly. They're like an inch and a half apart, and these are a lot wider. So, and then I did every other one, I would run out. So I just decided to do one row, then I'll come on to this one, and then I won't do this row here. I'll do this row here, so that the lights are closest to the rim when I glue it together. That's what happens. So, going to take this into the kitchen and make a hole on the side of it so the plug can come through. And I have one hole left, so I take that last light, well, the one that's going to fit in here anyways, push it through, right? I'm just going to carefully set it on right now. Set it up. Okay, so here's the hole I made for the cord. Now I can cover this later. Not worried about it just yet. And then my lights are on. Now I have to remember, open this back up and place the ribbon up through here. I did duct tape there and there. I'm going to duct tape a little bit in the inside too. Once the ribbon is up and in there, I'm going to seal this together with fabric tack. Fabric tack. My go-to glue that keeps things together for me. And you have to remember, there's 50 lights in there. That heats up the plastic. You don't want to leave something like this on all night long, okay? When you do your displays and you're hooking up a whole bunch of lights to a whole bunch of circuits, and your items you're using is a Dollar Tree plastic bowl that is not fireproof, you have to watch the heat. So I'm kind of glad I do have these extra holes in here because it does serve for ventilation as well, okay? Anyhow, fabric tack is great when things are heated. It won't reheat and make things loose. Now, hot glue would. Hot glue would reheat with all those lights inside, and eventually this would come apart. So, after I get my ribbon in there, then I duct tape a little bit for security. I'm going to glue around there. What a project, huh? Alright, fabric tack. And I'm just going to go around and pinch to make sure these two bond together. And it kind of can adjust a little bit as I go along. Fabric tack takes 10 minutes to set up I'm going to allow about an hour before I even start anything else. However, I do want to check to see if this will light. So, wish me luck. I have an extension cord. Going to turn off the overhead light. Because who knows? I could push those lights into the hole and then broke one of them or short circuit one of them. So let's find out if this will light up before I go any further. Ooh, look at that. Pretty, 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 pretty. Yeah, you can see the freaking duct tape. But that's okay. I'm going to add a whole bunch of other elements to this. And I'll probably cover up those pieces. Or find the nicest side, which is about right here, to face in my display. But anyhow, I'm not worried about it. I was just worried if the light worked. It does. This is so cool. Now let's turn off the other light. Ooh. Nice little pink display so far. It's pink. Well, it's pink in my sight. On the camera, it looks yellow, but it is pink. Once I start placing all them gems around it and that, watch this magnificent ornament come to life, even though it's been a pain in the butt to get this far. At least it has to me. Or I can add, what can I add? Can I add the silver roses too? To all the opened holes that I already, you know, used with the wood knife? I can do that too. So we'll see what happens. Remember, I did put lights on the top but not on the bottom because I decided this will be a tabletop and not a hanging display. Because I have to have a few tabletop ideas. I do have the gnomes with the Christmas trees, but I need a few around this Eiffel Tower that I'm going to create this entire display. And I did get the ribbon, and I can still cap it like that. But I will see as I go along. I'm going to allow this to set for about an hour, and then I'll come back and start decorating it. In my craft stash, I found some butterfly die casts. I picked these up about a year ago. I do want some butterflies in this design. It has some gold foil on it. It doesn't have silver, but that's upright. And then I placed some of them on this ornament, and I just went to town. And this is what I have so far. Okay. I did not glue this down or glue yet. I might just eliminate this and just add flowers up on the top in a bow. But that's what I have so far. And then I do have these. And it'd be cute if I made a cute little fairy sitting up on top of this. But this would highlight what I have in mind. Just throwing it together, a few butterflies. It's cute, whimsical, and it'd be a little different in the whole ensemble. But that's okay. I'm just going to continue and keep adding on. This is some stretchy ribbon. And then, of course, I use I might put some more on yet. Did you watch my DIY using the Dollar Tree mini Christmas trees? I purchased some of the snow ball deco mesh from Walmart's. This is $4 for this roll, and I used it to wrap around the mini trees for the gnomes. Going to incorporate it again now into this ornament, and I'm just going to roll it around a few times and curl it, and then I'm going to gather a bunch of these curls together and form a bow for the top of this. Okay, the Dollar Tree ribbon, I just cut some strands and then glued it right here on the top. The snowball mesh, I rolled up some curls through the rest of the pink left from that roll, and I just had enough. Now I'm going to make sure I don't glue it on that light, so I have to glue it about right here. Okay, so I'm going to add some hot glue right about in here, and then add this cute little mesh. Once I found the best spot to glue it down, make sure you still have your ribbon in case you do want to hang this. Just spread these out so that way it's covering the whole top. Now I'm going to add some of my silver roses and then a butterfly, and I might be complete. This was fun once it got started. We'll see what it looks like. Dollar Tree has these cute little disco balls, and I think this will really pick up the light. So I'm thinking about adding 2 or 3 up at the top. Yeah, it'd be a bit much to add it to the rim, but seeing as how I already decided this is a tabletop, yeah, why not? Maybe 3 of them for the top. Remember, there's light underneath here, so okay, let's add some of these little disco balls next. Let's see how this looks far away. I think I shall trim these so that they're above. I don't know, should they let them hang like that? There's that disco ball. Yeah, it's picking up the light, that's for sure. I think this will do, because I have one more to make as well, so yeah, we'll see how this is added into the ensemble. I'm in the dark again. My craft table is just packed, but that's okay. I have to work with this. Now look at, if I wanted to, I could still hang this, but I don't want to because of the way I added the lights. If I wanted it to hang, I would have placed lights on the bottom. I had enough, so Nope, it's a tabletop. What do you think? And go on to the next design. And I still have a bunch of gems left. I still might throw more gems on, but who knows? I might use more of the gems in the next design. So far, so good. And this next one, I have to place the ribbon in first before I seal the two together. And of course, I ran out of pink ribbon. And so I'm going to have to dig around again, and I'm pretty sure I'll find something. Look at this piece of junk jewelry. It's too bad it wasn't silver. It's gold again. This would make a cool hook, but it has gold on it, so I found that. I have to find some ribbon. I'll have to dig in my craft stash, so I'll be right back and we'll get started. Alright, I found some ribbon. And now I'm just adding the fabric tack around the brim of the bottom bowl. Very simple step. And then I can add the top. And I'll go around and make sure I squeeze them together. Balance it out a little bit. They sit a certain way. When you go to the store to purchase them, make sure when you buy two of them, put them together. Make sure they fit before you bring them home. Because Dollar Tree products are not even. Believe me, no two are basically the same. It seems like they're all flawed. But anyways, just enough to get this glued together to make ourselves another big, huge This one I decided to add the gems following the line that's in the bowls. Okay, now I'm just going to turn it upside down and then follow the line. This was a 130 pack. Now I was wondering when I started the decorating if I was going to have enough to cover where I wanted to cover, and I did, and I have this left. So I was able to do the entire row with 7 gemstones each, the top and the bottom. If this wants to spin in the air, I can have it spin and pick up all the light. Now, to figure out what else I'm going to place on this. This is the fun part, like always. Once everything sets and everything's painted, the decoration begins, and that's the relaxing. And I just have the bedroom light on right now, so the fluorescent light probably would not pick up all these diamond effects. Let's see if it will. I'm going to turn on the fluorescent light. Whoa, see? It's really bright. Oh yeah, it's kind of, there you go. Now you know how pretty these are. Look at that. Rainbow. Blingy. Kind of reminds me of Paris, I think. That'll all come together, I promise, I promise. Okay, let's think of what else I want to place on this ornament. Who would have think? 2 Dollar Tree bowls. What do you think? You found it here at Babcia's Coffee and Crafts. The playlist on Legacy's Little Luxury. And I know I have Cousin It in every corner because I'm still in October. I'm only on the 11th of October. Halloween hasn't even been here. But that's alright. I'm the one that's putting the work into this, and I have to edit and everything else. So come December, I want to be completely finished with all this. Enjoy my December just shopping for gifts. And that's about it. And decorating. And who knows, I might keep all this and then make my outdoor theme this summer Paris, because I can place some of this stuff out on my covered porches and stuff. Who knows? It's a lot of work when you think about it. You just watching one video, but imagine I've started the Paris theme since January with few, ideas here and there. So it all come together. This is pretty. I had no idea when I picked up the snowball mesh from Walmart's. I would incorporate it into so many other ideas, but it's coming in handy. So here I go again. I'm going to make another bow on the top using it. And I'm cut out and rolling up 8 pieces that I will then tie in the middle with a pipe cleaner and then add it to the top. And just roll it up and curl it. Put it all together. I only have one hand. I don't have any helpers, so I'm using the weight of the wire cutters to keep them in place. I do have a bow dabber, but I put it away long ago and I don't use it. So I'll just take a pipe cleaner, twist it in the center of it, and then add it to the top. Well, ladies, what do you think? And gentlemen, if you're watching, thank you. There you go. It's my second one. This is pretty. Look at the top. Just used the hot glue and there we go. Pretty, 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 pretty. Think I'm settled in for the day, and I'm going to clear everything up and we will go over the final results. Wow. We'll talk about cost too. Alright, let's clean up. Just a quick little insight into Miss Legacy. She's into foxes this year, as you can tell if you are watching part 1. And she introduced you to Frederick, her fox. She found at Joann's. While I was making the ornament in the last video, she also was making her own Halloween costume and a little den for Frederick. So when she's gone, I have to babysit. Isn't this adorable? She just took a box and then covered it with some snow material. And he's in his cozy little tent. Yeah, and here's our little fox slippers. So this year it's fox, but I just wanted to update you on all the things she's creating as well, which is why I have the channel in the first place. It's named after her. And hopefully someday she will take it over with all the gusto and pride that I have when I make the DIYs. I will include a photo of her first day of school today, October 12th, 2020, and the outfit she's wearing. Oh my gosh, it looks like she's about 16 years old and she's only 9. She'll be 10 next month. Isn't this cute? Yeah, she put it on her bed. She sleeps in when she's over. Frederick the fox. Alright, let's get back to crafting. Here it is. Beautiful sparkle. You see it? There, you can see it now. Wow. The Glitter Blast clear spray did work, but it just did not provide the vintage color I wanted. It brought more gloss and modern into it, so when I did Glitter Blast, it brought it back. It aged it a little bit, I think. I don't want to create Paris modern and industrial. I want back in the old days with Mademoiselles. The sprays all over. See? Once the Christmas lights hit the outside of this ornament and it's hanging from the ceiling, it's going to be beautiful. Bear with me. It's all in my mind. And I did Glitter Blast just a tad on the one that lights up. And you see it? It shows gold and silver. I know my camera's not the best, but it's there. And the gems still sparkle as well. So this is a light coat. And it does create a shadow. So to me, the ornaments look older. They're not brand new. Paris, here we come. Paris vintage. I don't know if I mentioned it or not yet, but I'm not doing Paris Chanel industrial. I'm doing more of the era with Mademoiselles vintage, old-fashioned. Well, at least that's what I'm trying to achieve. We'll see what happens in the end in December. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see part 3, my third ornament idea. It's just ideas I'm bringing to you. You might not like the color or the theme, but guess what? You can now make an ornament. Paint it your own color. Put glitter on it, your own color glitter, your own gems, whatever you want to do. This is the basic idea. You've seen it here with Babcia on the playlist, Babcia Coffee and Crafts. I send my blessings out to you and your family from me and my family. And I do like the idea that I did add that old brooch. I like it anyways. I'm the one putting all the effort and work into these projects, right? And the dream and visual of Paris will be all put together in December. Alright, see ya in part 3. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Watch part 1 if you have not seen it. It is the tiny little Dollar Tree $4 hanging crystal ornaments. Made 3 of them. I wish I could get them to spin like this, but they're going to absorb the light as well. So here you go. Part 1, part 2. See you next time. October 12th.